In just 2 years, I grew my YouTube channel from 2,000 to over 100,000 subscribers, doing it all as a solo creator. That's right, there's no film crew or editing team, it's just been me in this room making videos. So here are the 15 things I learned about how to film yourself, being a solo creator and planning engaging videos, titles, and thumbnails, providing value so people actually keep coming back to watch your videos. And we'll talk about gear on whether or not it really matters. And I have a bonus 16th tip at the end, which might be the most important of all. Number 1, you don't need professional gear to get views on YouTube. There's actually been a trend from big YouTubers like Marques Brownlee. His autofocus channel, which now has over 1 million subscribers, is recorded entirely on an iPhone. So no, you don't need a multi-$1,000 camera just to create a YouTube channel. You can also look at TikTok and you'll see creators with millions and millions of followers making videos in their car just with their phone. There's really a threshold of video quality that matters, and your phone will likely deliver that video. Audio is really more important, and I'll share some tools with, even if you don't have an external microphone, how you can still make it sound studio quality. But just get yourself a little tripod or mount for your phone so it's stable, and start recording. It really can be that simple. Lesson number 2, start with your thumbnail and title idea for the video first. That might sound counterintuitive, but if you can't think of a compelling way to package your content with a thumbnail and title, the idea might not work as a YouTube video. It can also be helpful just to browse the YouTube Home tab and see what thumbnails jump out to you, what titles actually drive curiosity and make you want to click. As you're planning your videos, consider that title and thumbnail first, not last. And number 3, that title and thumbnail needs to drive curiosity. Go for brevity, meaning make it as short as it possibly can, and recognizability. For my personal channel that just hit over 107,000 subscribers, many times I have videos that are just recognizable. People subscribe to my channel for shortcuts, and putting things like the shortcuts logo in the thumbnail and shortcuts in the title helps them know this is a video they would be interested in. Or if it's about a product that you're seeing lots of review videos about, try to think about your thumbnail being slightly different. I put the words mini might, I thought alliteration would be a little fun there, and ask the question in this title, who is this for? Driving a little bit of curiosity, and if I deliver on that title, meaning I explain who the iPad mini is for, that person immediately feels like they got the value from clicking and watching that video. And that's tip number 4, you have to deliver on the click. This is something YouTube creator liaison Renee Ritchie talks about all the time. Let's do a little experiment real quick. I'm gonna see this video, I haven't watched it before, but I see a Cybertruck in the thumbnail and the words any good. When I click on this video, I should see the Cybertruck right away. Let's see what happens. Okay, well, we have a really beautiful montage of footage, but I don't see the truck yet. Okay, here we go. So that was about 14 seconds in. Not too bad. That intro was maybe telling me that this is gonna be a more cinematic feeling video, and maybe I'm into that. Let's try one more. I see this thumbnail with the Batman car in it. If I click that video, I'm immediately seeing the Batman mobile close up. That looks super cool. That's delivering on the click. Now, if you're just recording yourself with your phone, keep in mind, it doesn't have to be super cinematic. A lot of my videos are tutorial based, talking about features of operating systems. So delivering on the click means, am I telling you what's going to be in the video? And am I giving you a preview of the different features you're about to learn if you watch? That's called the hook. And that's number 5. The hook is the first 10 to 30 seconds of your video, and you want to make sure you hook that viewer to let them know there's something interesting here, or there's a problem they're going to be able to solve, or maybe it's just going to be really entertaining. Those first 10 to 30 seconds are really key, and think about it as a trailer for your full video, letting them know everything they're about to experience. In speech class, you might remember from like high school or college, but at the very beginning, tell them what you're going to tell them. And more importantly, show them what you're going to show them. Number 6, at least some of your videos should capitalize on what's trending or popular right now. What are people talking about? What are people watching? What are they interested in? Again, just browsing the YouTube Home tab is a great way to figure that out. Or look at the channels you subscribe to, going to the subscriptions tab here in YouTube. What are they talking about? I'm in the tech sphere, so I see a lot of tech videos, and I can look what devices are popular, what's getting views. Obviously, right now, there's new M4 Macs, whether it's the iMac or the Mac Mini, and that's what people are talking about. Now, you can go off and be different, cover a different topic, but keep in mind, at least some of the time, try to capitalize on those trends and popular subjects for discoverability, so there can be new viewers that discover your channel. Another great place to do that, and this is one of the few metrics I look at most often, tip number 7 is go to your YouTube studio and then go over to the Analytics tab there on the left-hand side, and when you scroll down, you'll see 2 important pieces of information. Channels your audience watches, and videos your audience are watching. Look at the channels. If you've never watched or seen these channels before, you might want to take a look because these are the people that your viewers are following. And videos that your audience watches is really key. This is the last 7 days, what's been the most popular videos for people that also watch yours. This is a great place for idea generation, what to cover, and also how you can be different. You can see these titles and think, what can I do or say that will set me apart from these videos? Tip number 8, actually plan your videos. Plan what you're gonna say, the major points. For some people, that might be a full script and reading it off a teleprompter. You can do that, just continue to be engaging while you're reading it, or you can do something like I do, which is really more bullet points. This is actually the note I've been referring to as I'm filming this video. As you can see, I have my major points here, I have some sub points, things that I want to say while I'm covering that tip, and this is typically how I plan my videos. So get some bullet points, fully script your videos, find what works for you, but the bottom line is do plan it out. And if you're talking about a topic that requires research, maybe you're reviewing something, make sure you do the work, actually research it, develop an opinion, get the facts, and then present those in an engaging and fun way. All right, let's talk about gear and filming just for 1 second. I talked about using your phone and a tripod. I'll put links to these in the video description. This is one of my favorite iPhone mounts because it's MagSafe, just attaches magnetically, and it has a cold shoe mount here, which if you have like a lapel microphone, you can put the transmitter up here, connect it to your phone, and you get that high quality audio. And if you can invest in one other piece of gear, you might want to look at just getting a light. If you film outside a lot, getting a light like this is less necessary. But even this SmallRig Light, which is about $20 or $30 on Amazon, you can adjust the brightness, the color temperature, and a light like this is going to make a big difference when you're filming inside. I actually did an entire video on 28 lighting tips for every budget level. I'll link that video above and in the description. And a word about audio, getting the little lapel mics is great. Those can be a couple $100s. So if you're recording with your mobile phone and you don't have any external mics, I would actually highly recommend recording in Riverside. I use Riverside to record my video podcast every week, and it records high quality video and audio from any device. Then you can edit your content just by selecting text, clicking delete, and I've edited my video and audio. But it has a special tool here in the AI producer, and it's called Magic Audio. You can apply Magic Audio to everyone or just your track, and this is also great for solo content. Magic Audio is going to use AI to make that microphone sound studio quality. It'll remove background noise, echo, boost the volume, and just overall make it sound great. Here's a quick before and after clip of me using Magic Audio with my iPhone microphone. Every example you're going to hear is with the built-in microphone on the iPhone. This is in an echoey environment, but when I enable Magic Audio, it's going to cut down on that echo and reverb, focus on my voice, and make this sound studio quality, even though the environment is not perfect for recording. All right, tip number 10, engagement on your videos is always important. And so as you're filming, think about putting interesting stuff in the background, but anything that provides visual interest or might incite some comments, because any comments on a video is good. That's engagement. It's going to tell YouTube that people are interested and engaging with it. So even when I'm doing my iPhone videos, those top-down shots, I put interesting things in the background. Maybe it's a Nintendo controller and rumble pack, or a Finder pillow. And if you do some regular Easter eggs, your viewers will be invested in trying to find that one thing that you put in the video that they weren't expecting. Now, tip number 11, as you frame your shot with your iPhone or whatever camera, think about how you want to appear. Most often, if you're doing talking head like this, you want to frame the shot maybe waist or chest up and make sure there's a little space above your head, which is called headroom, and pretty much be in the center if you are the focus of the video. If you're doing an interview, obviously you can face your guest if you're in person, or if you're recording a remote interview like with Riverside, then just stare down the camera, because that's going to look like you're actually talking to the person even though you're doing it remotely. Now that's just a general guideline, but also think about, are you going to be putting things on screen, maybe text overlays or lower thirds? Well, frame yourself accordingly, put space on one side of your head or the other so you have room for graphics. And throughout a video, don't forget you can zoom in or crop in and kind of get a slightly different camera angle just with the same video clip. So if I punch in right here, that's going to be a little different, and it's also a great way to cover up any mess ups or double takes, which I kind of stumbled over my words for a second and just did multiple takes, but you didn't see that because I cut it out. So zooming in and out can help cover those and also keep some visual interest throughout your video. Tip number 12, if you're new to talking to a camera, it can feel uncomfortable, but stare down that lens. Even if it's just your iPhone camera, look right at it as you're talking pretty much all the time. Now you can look off camera for effect, like maybe you're talking about a thing and maybe it's off screen and then you're going to switch to that camera angle in a second. Or if you're holding an object in your hand and you're talking about it, you can look away for a second, but most of the time you want to be connected to your audience by looking straight down that lens. Another exception might be a vlog style video. Maybe you do a travel vlog and you're on the street, kind of interacting with different things. Of course, you can look around you, look at objects, but just remember to keep coming back and addressing your audience directly. Our last few tips in rapid fire. Number 13, facial expressions and hand gestures. Again, you want to be somewhat animated and gregarious. The bottom line is still connecting with your audience. And some hand movements like this, will actually help engage the audience and help you appear more trustworthy. Typically, if you don't see any hand movements and they're just kind of down the whole time, it starts getting a little weird or uncomfortable. So at least try to work on some hand movements. This was weird, right? Like, I should probably be doing more of this. Number 14, even though you're talking to a camera, try to change your mindset and think about talking to a person. On the other side of this lens is you watching right now. And as I'm sitting here recording this video, I'm thinking about I'm talking to a person. This person, namely you want to start making YouTube videos. You want to start creating. And so I want to address you specifically. And over time, over weeks and months of creating content, it'll start to feel more like you're addressing a person and not some inanimate object. So try to think about talking to one person. Maybe you're giving someone financial or business advice. Maybe you're trying to entertain someone. You're doing a travel video and you're explaining how to get the best deals. Or you're doing that remote interview and you're talking to your remote guest directly. Whatever it is, think about the person on the other side of that lens, not the camera itself. All right, and tip number 15, edit your content. Cut out the boring stuff, lulls in the content. Maybe show it to someone first, like a friend or family member, and ask them, when did you start losing interest in this video? And whatever point that is, figure out what you can cut out and keep someone's attention. Any moment where someone is tempted to click away or find something else, think about editing that out and just keeping the best parts. And finally, I'm going to give you a bonus tip, number 16. The bottom line is, as you're creating videos for YouTube, what value are you bringing your audience? Oftentimes people think about what can I talk about and share about myself, and that can be fine, especially if you have a large audience and they're actually interested in what you're saying. But more often than not, people are going to YouTube and searching because they want to learn something or they want to be entertained. So that value, what they're looking for, how can you provide it? This way YouTube will match you with that viewer. So maybe you're teaching something, it's tutorial style, you're entertaining, maybe you're being funny or it's musical, or you're just being inspirational. Maybe it's a feel-good story helping someone else. Whatever value that you provide in your videos, remember that that should be the focus. What value can you give that viewer once they click your video? So those are 15 plus a bonus tip things I've learned as a solo creator. If you have any questions, leave comments below this video. I'd love to answer you there. And don't forget to subscribe to the Riverside channel and hit that like button before you go. We have lots of content, like a behind the scenes video of this studio right here, which this is actually a really small room. So if you want to see my full tour talking about my gear and behind the scenes, check out this video right here. And if you're thinking about recording a podcast or doing remote interviews, Riverside is the best way to do it. You can check out this video right here where I talk about my process for recording my video podcast and editing it super fast. Plus you can record on your iPhone, your iPad, Android device, and Riverside works everywhere on your iPhone, iPad, desktop, Android device, wherever you need. Thanks for watching. We can't wait to see what you create.